morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm Deidre. If you're returning, it's great to see you. I have been trying to follow the budget by paycheck method by the Budget Mom, and I was just going to set up my April calendar, not necessarily go into like all the numbers, but like start getting the process set up for my April bills and income and everything. So I thought I would go over that with you. I did start some of it, like I put my dates on there and I tried to put paydays and things on there, but I'll go over that with you. I just thought it'd be really neat to share this with you. Like I said, I'll give you like some of the numbers on my bills and things. But I don't quite know if I'm going to actually tell you all my income and everything. So for this year, the Budget Mom chose to do PDF versions only. So I did have to pay not only for the PDF version, but to have it bound. And so I actually used a company called Home, I think it was like a homeschool printing company. So I had that. I did have, I think they're actually over here. I was using the box set like this, and I didn't really like this one as much. I really wanted to be able to like look at like everything spread out. So we're gonna go ahead and set this up together. So I just use, I have a little baggie like this, and I just use various pens, highlighters. I have a bunch of whiteout since I write in pen. But I have different colored pens. I don't know why that's in here. I have a bunch of different, oh, for my envelopes, when I make envelopes. That's what that's for. I haven't done too many of the cash envelopes, but yeah, so I have all my pens and things in here. So I went ahead and I wrote down the days of the week and then the days in April, like the actual date in April. And so I already filled in some of the stuff. I normally write down like my company name and things, but I changed it since I realized I was going to show you guys. So I changed it to just our names and our pay date so that we know. But on the 1st, we have our mortgage payment due. So that's Mr. Cooper, our Allstate life insurance for me, my HELOC, and my Target bill. So my Mr. Cooper is, I believe it's $12.53. It just went up $10. $12.53.22. Allstate is always $166. My HELOC is $518 always. And Target, I just put the minimum due here, but sometimes if I can, I pay, like I pay it off or I pay more, but I just put usually like the minimum. So that's $30. And then my Capital One bill, I think I usually pay like $40 towards that. I think my minimum is like $27, but I usually pay $40. My Aspire varies, so I'm going to put $55. That is an auto payment, so when that, it'll send me a notice of how much the payment is that month, and I'll just fix it. Lowe's, I usually do, I think I've been doing the minimum on Lowe's, so I can pay off other stuff. Let's see, do I have my Lowe's on here? So I haven't paid it yet since February, so it's due. Junie, I don't need your help right now. She's like, I am helping. Where's Lowe's at? Lowe's, there it is. So 30. Let me scoot the cat down. Hold on one second. Judy Bug, there's no room for you up here. Oh, you're making a mess. You and your brother can't always be in the window. There's other windows in the house. I love you. All right. Okay. And then, so this is my first pay period in April. And then daycare is $250 per week. AT&T, they just raised that again. It was 50, then it jumped up to 60, and now I think it's 70. $70.35 is what they charged me last month. So it's gone up $20 in the last 2 months. So I probably need to call them about that because that's just internet. Gold's Gym is $42.48. My husband and I both used to have a membership, but I canceled mine. So I won't be charged again for mine, but he has to cancel his and they will charge him one additional month. So I'm hoping this is the last Gold's Gym payment, but I have to get on him to make sure he gets that canceled. Sorry, that's the cat acting up. This is my husband's payday. Daycare again, $250, and then Home Depot. So Home Depot, the minimum payment is like $67 or something like that. I generally pay more than that because we're trying to pay it off. So it's due, I think I paid $200 last month. I've been trying to pay closer to $500. And then I'm going to make a big payment in August and completely pay it off. So I'm going to try and make another big payment on it for this month. So if I can, I would like to pay $500 on it because I really need, this is the windows. So this was like an $8,800 credit card payment and we have it down to $6,000, but I have to wipe out that $6,000 by September. My Venmo payment is usually, what was Venmo? I think it's like 61. I was close. So that one's 61. Ulta, I think, is 40. I think I made a bigger payment on it this last couple of months. But I think it's normally like 40. Yeah, I paid 60 on it this month. But Amazon is 30. Audible, that one comes out automatically. I put these little periods or these little dots next to things that come out automatically. That way I know what my auto payments are. Okay, so we have that. So Audible comes out $16.18. And then Citi, and Care Credit. So my husband's Citi card, my Citi card, and Care Credit. So Care Credit is, let's see. That's Children's Place. I just paid that off. So my husband paid $58 to his Citi. So mine varies. So last month my payment to Citi was $195. So I'm gonna put $200. I don't know what it is this month because mine's like a percentage of the balance. And then Care Credit is usually the same. I think I just paid that too. That was, I think my minimum payment's like $30-something. I usually just pay $40. I have a really small balance on that card. I just need to probably pay it off. Again, my payday, Daycare, and then Torrid, I pay $40. USAA, that's our car insurance, and that is $183.21. And again, Capital One, I usually pay $40. Brinks is another automatic payment, that's $76.20. CPS and SALS are the utilities, and so those vary as well. Like this month, CPS is $139, and my SALS bill is actually $71.37. So we can just estimate 72 and 135, and these are just estimates. Obviously the bill will be whatever it is when it comes in. And then we have my husband's payday and our personal loan payment that's due, and our personal loan payment is 90, it's like 91. I wish I didn't write it down. Why would I? I'm usually really good about writing my stuff down. I've just kind of been like thinking Deidre La La Land lately. I don't know. 91.78. I knew it was 91 something. And then Daycare again is $250. So this is all of our bills for the month. I think my husband has 2 credit cards that aren't on here. That would be Chase and his USAA credit card. But he has not given those to me, so I don't have them to share. But this is how I set it up. And then what I do is I go to my tracker here. So I'll put in, you know, my income here. So I'll put Deidre's paycheck. And the one thing that happens on my paycheck that doesn't happen on my husband's right now is I get a reimbursement like a few days after mine. I have Hunter's daycare, well, some of Hunter's daycare set up through an FSA, like a daycare reimbursement thing. And so they take $5,000 out of my paycheck a year, and then I submit for reimbursement after I pay Hunter's daycare. So I usually get, I think it's $208.33. So I'll get $208.33 because that's usually how much per paycheck goes into that account. And then because I've already submitted like $1,000 in daycare expenses, every paycheck that I get, they just automatically pay that out to me. And then my paycheck will be right here. And then I usually, so these are our maintenance funds, our sinking funds. We're kind of working on it. We're not quite there yet. Some of these we've been working on. So I think on Fidelity, I have 100, 200, 3. I can't remember. I took $100 out, I think, but I've put 50 of it back. So I need to put another 50 because I'm doing basically $100 a month here. I have not saved anything for my car. At this point, I think what's going to happen is we're going to either trade in or sell my car private party at the end of the year and use my bonus and use that as a down payment towards my car. Our emergency fund, I have like $120 in there, but I have like $1,000 in savings in our Ally account plus our vacation account. So I have money in other places, just we haven't allocated this well, and we probably need to re-go over these funds here and that kind of thing. Like appliances isn't a priority right now since we got the washer fixed or the dryer fixed. So that's not really a priority. So we probably need to rethink these accounts. I mean, they are good for the future to have, but they're not anything that I need right now. Like, well, some of them I need right now. 23. Okay. And then, so these are where I put my debts and my savings that I'm putting away. I haven't done really well with paying the extra debt. I've done really well at putting money in savings. And then, so usually what I do, so some of these debts will carry over, like they will be paid in March on my last March check because I don't get paid again until the 7th. So like my husband's check here in March will probably pay, it'll pay Allstate, our HELOC, Target, Capital One, Aspire, and Lowe's. And then on my check here, I'll pay daycare. Oh, and he'll pay daycare here too. And then I'll pay Mr. Cooper daycare, and then I'll cover these things until he gets paid. So I'll probably just put some of this here because some of it's going to get paid, like I said, out of his check. So we'll have Mr. Cooper. And I just put the $12.53.22, and I'm going to put it in the budget section because I might pay more. Sometimes I pay more towards principal. Sometimes I pay more to my escrow. And then we've got daycare, $250. And that's pretty much always the same. AT&T, $70.35. And then Gold's Gym, $42.48. On the 12th, I believe. Yeah, and then he gets paid. So we have that set up out of my check. So let's do some estimated math real quick. Where's my calculator's over here. So Okay, so that would leave me about $320 after, oh, that didn't even count this. So I didn't even count this in there. So after my basic paycheck, it'd leave about $320, give or take some dollars, and not even counting this. So then usually what I do when I'm kind of just setting this up is I pull out, because I try and save $500 a month into my savings. So I pull out my savings challenges. This is just a book I got on not YouTube, on Amazon. So what I do is every month I do the 52-week challenge. So we'll do the 3 weeks. So we'll do week 13. So that's $13. So we'll put 52-week challenge. And then, so like I said, it'll be 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16. So that's $58. There's only 4 weeks in April, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 5. Let's add that extra week in there. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 17. All right, so that's $75. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that is $75. So I put $75 here, and I know I need to save up $75 for my 52-week savings challenge. And I just do it monthly. I don't like portion it out. I just do it for the whole month. I'm also doing the 100 envelope challenge. So I usually, honestly, I just close my eyes and I pick 4 envelopes. So we're going to do the 100 envelope challenge. And I try and do 4 paycheck, but sometimes I can't. And sometimes, you know, I have to spread it out over a couple of paychecks, and that's okay. Whatever it takes for me to save money. So well, I'm going for the big ones, but I missed. All right, so we have 63. So I just do $63. $44. $55. I like to land, okay, so 30 and 30. All right. I like to land on the envelope. I don't like to like kind of be in between. I feel like that's kind of cheating. All right, so that's $192. So I will probably not do any other savings challenges on this paycheck because those are already 2 pretty good numbers. I don't know if I'm doing any of these. Oh, I think I am tracking my 500. So I definitely hit it this month. Am I tracking it? I thought I was. Guess not. Maybe I'm not tracking. Oh, you know, I think I'm tracking it on my everything. So this is fun because it just has like a bunch of different ideas on saving money. Is that my envelopes? Yeah. So it's kind of fun to be able to like go through this. It gives you ideas and things. So if I put all of that in savings, that would be $267. And so that'll basically take a little over this and still leave me like $300, which is groceries, gas, that kind of thing, which is fine. I also have, not on this check, but I think on, my husband's next check, it might come out. So I think it comes out on the 20th. I do $50 to Fidelity. I also, where did I put my posting note? I actually just started some Ally investment accounts too. So right now I put a lot of my savings challenges into Ally because I can put it in buckets. If I don't put it there, then I put it in my regular bank account and do like my savings and stuff there. But I can also, I just started doing, I have 2 different investment accounts with Ally. I also have Fidelity. So my husband's next check is on the 13th, and then my check's the 21st. So on April 13th, April 13th, okay, so I'm just going to make a note that I have Ally Invest, and I have Fidelity, and Fidelity. So I'm probably not going to do any other savings challenges again for this pay period because this is $200 already. So 50, 50, 50, and 50. And I like to put when they come out. So these Ally accounts actually come out of my Ally account. So I'm just trying to recoup that money that I'm taking out of my savings at Ally and like basically put it back in there. And then this comes out of my checking account. So it's just nice to know that I'm recouping that money because I definitely don't want it to like get super low. So out of my husband's next account, we have daycare and Home Depot. So daycare, Home Depot. I think that's also due on the 14th. Venmo. Ulta. Amazon, Audible. And then City, and Care. So this is a really heavy paycheck for my husband. So I'm probably gonna have to pull money from like my other checks leading up to it, or maybe not put as much into savings from my check so that we have enough to buffer because we definitely don't want to overspend our paychecks. So we got 258 and 40. Because like my check is the next day, but these are due, you know, on the 20th. So, okay. So we got that. So let's just see how much that is so I have an idea. Oh no, his check will cover it. Okay. So his check will actually cover all of this. And it should cover most of this, if not all of it. So I can always transfer like this $100 when I get my check. That's not a big deal. That way we kind of have a little bit of a buffer, because his checks are usually less than mine. So we have that. So I just kind of set it up a little at a time, but I hope this gives you guys an idea. I haven't really gotten into like these pages yet. I'm not really good at them yet. I'm still learning her process and learning what works for us. But we don't typically do a lot of cash. I probably should start. I was tracking my expenses, but it becomes daunting, and especially when I'm the only one doing it. My husband doesn't generally do it. And so that becomes problematic. But we're definitely both spenders, and we both need to knock it off because we have some big things coming up. I haven't really worked these pages much yet. I do need to get into that more. I did do this for January, I think, and I don't remember. Did I do it for February? Is that February? No, I didn't do it for February. I did it for January. But this really is helpful when you break it down. You can actually see where your money went. So that's actually really nice. I do track my monthly savings, but that's really it. I don't use this page at all. And these are your cash envelopes, but again, I don't do cash envelopes. And then that's it for April. So that's probably where I'm going to stop for setting it up now because I don't want to get too far ahead. But that's kind of where we're at. So this is how I set up my monthly thing. I don't use a ton of stickers. I have some, like I have these, and I just got these with a planner that I got. So I thought that would be cute just to kind of add. I don't use a ton of them yet. I'm still, like I said, I'm still learning how to budget. I tried to do a no spend in February and failed miserably. Like I did have some days where I didn't spend, but I need to be better about it and I really need to buckle down because we want to wipe out as much of this debt as we can, start saving up so we can buy me a car at the end of the year. And then likely in the next year, we're going to sell our house and buy a bigger house because we just need a little bit more space. So that's the video for today, guys. I hope you liked this video. If this is something you want me to continue doing, let me know in the comments down below, and I would be happy to try and share more of our budgeting and debt payoff journey with you. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. Bye, guys.